Hey YouTube, it's TheCousinDan. Today I'm going to show you how I clean my handguns. The reason I say it that way is because there are so many good methods out there. This is just the way that I do it. For this first method, I'm going to use my Smith and Wesson Bodyguard 380. This is my everyday carry gun. It's small, it's extremely easy to conceal, and this method will work for a gun that you're cleaning frequently. For my second method, I'm going to use my Burst of Thunder 45, a gun that I carry less often. This method is going to be a little bit more in-depth, and it's going to closely resemble the way that I clean my shotgun and rifles. For the first method, I'm going to use some Remington oil and this small Winchester handgun cleaning kit that I got at Walmart. When you open this up, you see that there are several calibers of brushes and a couple of extension rods, one that rotates in the middle, and an extension rod at the end that you can put a cloth through to clean the barrel. I put the cap back on, simply choose my caliber, which is printed right on the side there. I screw it into the front of the whole kit housing, and then I can use it as a brush. If you need an extension, which I will for a longer barrel, simply screw that extension into it, and then screw that into the housing for the kit. And just like that, I have an extension long enough to clean the barrel on this little 380. Make sure that before you do any of this work, you confirm that your chamber has been cleared. I have to start by taking the barrel out of the gun. So for this 380, I'm going to start by ejecting the magazine, and then bringing it back, put it on the lock, pull the pin out, send it forward, and then I simply just pull the spring off. You can see I got some pocket lint. I carry this thing all the time, and I have my barrel. So in order to clean this barrel in a very simple, quick, and easy way, I just stick this in here and I go all the way through till it sticks out the other side, which this extension makes it long enough to do, and then I pull it back and I just keep going until I feel that I'm comfortable with it. I can also rotate the brush with the rifling, but I have this swivel extension on here, so it should track with it regardless. One last thing that I'm going to use is this endoscope camera so that you guys can see the progress that I'm making inside the barrel. I'll put the link in the description for where you can buy this thing. It's pretty inexpensive. There are various lengths, but they're all less than $20. I plug this thing into my phone so I can just record the footage. So you can pretty clearly see that there's some grit there in the groove. So after this first pass through, that should all be gone. Let's take a look. Yeah, this is already much, much clearer. You can see the difference along the rifling. It's like a mirror compared to the way it was before. So this is by no means an in-depth cleaning, but as far as the barrel is concerned, that's pretty good for just a pocket cleaning kit. So I'm going to back out a little bit here, and you can see the chamber area where the casing actually rests, and I'm going to go ahead and clean that a little bit more. And then I'm going to clean the feed ramp as well. So to do that, I'm just going to kind of focus close like this, and I can turn it. I can either put on the non-rotating extension piece or just hold it after the rotating piece, and get a nice clean on that shoulder, and then scrub out the feed ramp some. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, that looks pretty sharp. You can see the reflection of the barrel against the side of that. I'm going to go ahead and call it a day there, and then we'll move on through the rest of the gun. So I've just set the barrel aside, and you can see there's all kinds of carbon buildup in here. It comes off on my finger there after firing it. So I'm just going to take a plain old paper towel, and I'm just going to clean that sucker out. Notice that I'm not using any solvent. Now, that would be the preferred method, but again, this is kind of the quick and dirty method for a daily carry when you don't really have a whole lot of time, or you don't keep your entire cleaning kit with you in your car. So I'm getting all the bulk stuff off right now. I'm going to use my brush real gently in this groove. I don't want to scratch up this plastic or anything, but I'm just kind of knocking out some of the pieces that I see there, so I can blow on them and get that paper towel in the groove and get the bulk of it out. There's really not much in here. I only fired about 8 rounds through it last time. But again, this is kind of a quick job at cleaning. All right, so now set that aside and move on to the slide. I stick my fingernail in here and follow the groove that the slide rides on and get all that stuff out of there. You can see it on the paper towel there. I'm going to feed this into the top of the slide and get the bullet carbon from the ammunition out of there. And there you have it. Here's the quick and dirty version. Okay, so before I put this back together, I want to put a little bit of oil in the slide groove there so that as I bring it down, it'll just spread throughout the gun. Okay, I'm going to oil the spring just a hair and then get some oil right on the side of the hammer. These little Remington oil bottles always get stuck down there, so I just pop it out with my knife. Just a little drop there. Okay, I let it roll down the side of the slide. And then just a little drop on this side, and I let it roll down. Just like that, you can kind of see it trailing down. And then put my barrel back in, put my spring in. I just put a dab right on top of the spring, and it will carry itself through the spring. Set that down, put just a little dab on the side of my hammer there, and it will carry through the pin that holds the hammer. Then I just slide this thing back on, put my pin back in, make sure the barrel's in the right spot on this gun when you put the pin back in, and I'm good to go. That is how I do my quick cleaning on my little daily carry gun.